All right, so today I want to go over 3 of the big tips that I give to a lot of my clients when they are trying to lose weight, specifically in weight loss. Number 1, this is probably the biggest one that you will probably feel the effects of, but you won't necessarily see the scale change or even the body composition change right away, but you will feel the effects of this one first, which is weights before cardio. Oftentimes, you go into the gym and you think, I got to do cardio to lose weight. That's how I'm going to lose weight, but that's not necessarily true. It will be more effective if you do weights in addition with cardio, and specifically in the order of weights before cardio. Here's why. Weights, anaerobic activity, which means you're going to use your anaerobic glycolysis system, which means you're going to use carbs primarily when you are doing weights. When you switch to then doing cardio, you will still burn a high percentage of carbs, but you will burn a higher percentage of fat. The problem is when you switch doing cardio followed by weights, you will use a lot of the carbohydrates from that anaerobic energy system in the cardio, which is an aerobic activity. By the time you get to your anaerobic activity, the weight training, you've used a lot of those carbs, so you will have less effective workouts. Will you still be able to do the same number of repetitions and weights? Sometimes, but it's always going to be less effective. Most of the time, you might have been able to do more if you would have started with weights before cardio. That's the biggest tip. Try that. First of all, get into the gym and try to do weights before cardio. Number 2 is count your calories. This is a big deal. We're so used to only honing in and counting our calories. Let's break that down a little bit more. Counting your macros, proteins, fats, carbs. If you can, go on MyFitnessPal. It's a free app and it's a free food tracking app. They have from every fast food restaurant to any name brand. You can even scan the ingredients and food that you have in your house to then be uploaded in a specific way, so that way it's very accurate. Track your calories via macronutrients, proteins, fats, carbs. You really want to break this down in a specific way. What I have a lot of my clients do is a standard. We try to go 40-40-20, which is pretty difficult for a lot of people, especially on an American diet. 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat. Now, oftentimes, the biggest switch that we see is 40% carbs. We'll get around 30 to 40% protein, and again, 20 to 30% fat. So that's typically what I do for a lot of my clients. Count your macros. Cardio always comes after weights. Count your macros. And the last one is make sure you are tracking your workouts. This is a really big deal. A lot of people just go into the gym and they look at, okay, I'm going to do a chest workout. I'm going to do a push workout. I'm going to do some weights, some upper body. Whatever category you fit into there, if it's really specific muscle group or if it's just a generic part of the body, upper body, lower body, track what you do. Because what happens when you don't track what you do, you avoid the principle of progressive overload. You want to progress in your weight loss journey. And so a big part of that weight loss journey is going to be progressive overload with the weights. This places more of a demand on your body to then adapt to the new stress. So therefore, you will be burning more calories in the long run. So take these 3 tips with you. Always do weights before cardio, unless it's a specific sport event or you're training for a marathon, something like that would be an exception to that rule. But for most of my clients who are dealing with weight loss, we always do weights before cardio. Second tip, we always track your food in macronutrients, not just calories, not just generic calorie count, but also in macronutrients. See where your calories are coming from. And then the last thing is always track your workouts. This is a really big deal. If you have a tracker, if you do online personal training, this is a really good way to track what you're doing throughout your whole program, whether it's a month to month program, or a 3-month program. Some people are even a half a year program, and they have it all scheduled out. But track. I hope these tips help you out.